My name is Loredana Ghinea, and I'm Executive Director of the Spire Public-Private Partnership. The Spire Public Partnership is an instrument of the European Commission about getting sustainable process industry through resource and energy efficiency. It's a 7-year partnership that functions through calls and projects dealing with the main challenges of the process industry today, which are mainly dealing with resource efficiency, energy efficiency, how we look into new renewables as feedstock, into optimized processes, into new materials that respond to our needs, and closing the loop from taking the waste and transforming it into a resource and putting it back into the cycle. In this PPP, we have 8 industrial sectors. We have steel, we have chemicals, cement, ceramics. They're all producers of materials for the 3D. Because the things that we see around this show is about replacing the way of classic production, basically. Yes. So we are talking about the materials here, but also in the future, how do we transform the 3D printing processes into being more resource and energy efficiency? Because at some point, we all have the same challenges. So it's interesting to see how the progress is manifesting in this field in order to make sure that they can take advantage either of the synergies with the sectors that are producing these materials, or that are actually foreseeing the challenges that they will have in maybe a couple of years from now.
Sure.
Unless you are an expert, either in industrial technologies or in 3D printing itself, you don't know what you're talking about when you hear this. So the majority of people need to appeal to their senses in order to get there. And I think that this kind of show is doing that. You know, you can see tangible things, and you can extrapolate. You can leave free your imagination and try to think of ways of doing things differently. From my own experience working with European-wide projects and initiatives, Spain, and in particular Barcelona, are very, very active in Europe in everything that has to do with industrial technologies and technologies as such. So why not picking on a newcomer, on a new industry that pops out, and make something out of it that would actually establish Barcelona as an environment that is really useful and friendly to things that are coming up in the next years.